Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this special edition of The Guido Goes Off. Ladies and gentlemen, the man on the screen beside me, I have to say, he's not the same man I knew a few months ago. He's basically been... why don't we just ask him? Ladies and gentlemen, P.T. Beckham here. P.T., the first question I have to ask, what the hell? I mean, a few months ago, you were finally getting back in the swing of things. You were in great ring shape. You were shaking hands with fans. But now all of a sudden, you were just all over your Facebook, all over your social media. You were going after any legend, I mean, pretty much any wrestler in the Midwest that isn't. So I'm going to circle back to that question. What the hell?
What the hell? You lying? You can't see this has been blowing up for 3 years now? I mean, it's been pretty open in the air. I mean, Facebook post after Facebook post, you already know I'm a heat magnet. I'm still in great shape. I'm still motivated. I'm still hungry. And yes, I have been calling a lot of people out. I've been calling out people not to make a name for myself, but to basically shut their asses up. If you haven't noticed, I've been targeting people who's been shitting on me for the last 3 years. I don't really see a change in attitude. This is what you're going to get from now on. This is the raw and uncut P.T. Beckham. I'm going to get what I want. It don't matter who you are. It don't matter if you don't like what I say. It is 2020. We're going into a new year in a month, less than 30 days away, 2021. And some people can't muster the fact that it's time for a change. So over these last couple months, we've been shut down. I've really looked at myself, and I've looked at where I've been on the card over the last 3 years, and I've been stuck in the middle. I've been stuck right there at that mid-card level, and I know as a talent, I'm better than that. I know as a talent, the guys that are in the main event, the guys that keep on getting this opportunity, I'm better in more ways than one than them. Talent, look on the mic, all around better. So where's my opportunity? By the way, cheers, Guido. I ain't seen you in a while. This one's for you, buddy.
It's good to see you too. Like, yeah, you're absolutely right. It has been a while. But so now, like I said, you pretty much, Facebook post after Facebook post, and I guess now you have recruited some like-minded individuals to join you in this endeavor in the Midwest Stallions. Can you elaborate on that?
I will. And recruiting is a very funny word because I never recruited anybody. You see, these 3 individuals that nobody knows, and everybody's going to give me some fucking heat about it. Oh, we don't know why you chose 3 guys that nobody's ever heard of before. Well, why wouldn't I take some guys that I know that can work, that I know that have been held down? The reason you don't know who they are, there's a reason for that, because they've been held down. They came from the same place I come from. And there's a whole bunch more guys that I can recruit if needed. I've got David X, Noah, they're a team, tag team called DNX. They've worked a couple times here in the Midwest. Phenomenal talent. They're actual brothers. Their chemistry's on point. They've worked a lot in CHWA. They've worked a lot in Indiana. I think MPG, tag team champions. I think they're 2-time holders of that. Phenomenal young talent. That's what they are. They are phenomenal young talent. They're really going to shake up the tag team division. When I created a stable, I looked at this as I needed a tag team. I needed a tag team I knew would be as hungry as me. And these 2, trust me, are as hungry as I am. Umbra. That man, the most charismatic worker I've seen. It's weird because he showed me messages of him trying to get booked here in the local promotions, and every promoter has left that man on red. I call him the Midwest scene's best kept secret. You know why? Because the only people who's really seen him work is the CHWA crowd, and he's phenomenal talent, just like DNX. The kid can talk. He's got the gift of gab. It's just really messed up, and he was shitted on and left on red. So me, being a staple in a position I am, I've kind of established my name a little bit. So I'm bringing in guys that haven't got that opportunity like I have. Yeah, I busted my ass to get where I'm at and get my name out there a little bit. But I'm bringing some friends, some brothers with me. And people keep on fucking with me, I will bring more. I have a whole roster at CHWA that are hungry. And they've been sitting back for the last 7 years while people are shitting on them left and right. And they had no voice, they had no ammunition to go at these critics. Well, now they do. The Midwest Stallions. That's ammunition. Guido, I'm telling you, the Stallions are going to change the game of professional wrestling here in the Midwest territory.
Well, I've seen David X and Owen in action. Umbra, I have heard of him. I have heard of his work rate. And I can understand, okay, maybe recruited, might not have been the best word. Consorting with like-minded individuals, perhaps.
Okay, I'll give you that. Like-minded individuals, yes. And there's about 30 of us. You guys have gotten 4 right now. Don't make me take this whole damn territory over, because it can happen in a heartbeat. Just that's the problem.
But that's the thing. I mean, aren't you worried about backlash from the fans who have been so loyal to you over these past few years?
Backlash. What kind of backlash would I get? Trying to make the game better? Let me tell you a little story here, Keith, Guido, if you will. Here's a little story for you. This game that we're in here, this professional wrestling scene, is bullshit, okay? For the last 5 years, nothing has changed. Do you think these fans aren't noticing that things aren't changing? I mean, example, Rampage Championship Wrestling. I did a show in Granite City about 2 years ago. It was main event time. I was watching from the curtain. The promoter walked up to me and said, "Hey, PT, you know you're gonna face whoever wins this in Quincy. You're gonna face whoever wins this match for the RCW Heavyweight Championship in Quincy, Illinois, next month." I was excited. I was overwhelmed. I was ready. And you know what that promoter did? You know what he did, Keith?
No, I have no idea. What did he do?
Well, he didn't book PT Beckham in the main event. He brought back Playboy Double H and Wicked, and they got a shot at the RCW Championship. Now, do you want to talk about backlash from the fans? Backlash from the fans is for RCW. No, my first show in Quincy, Illinois, it was sold out. Now, they go back there, 20, 30 fans. Because they're trying to see the same old, every single time.
Well, it's we're just gonna move on. Well, let's face.
We're not done with that. We're not done with that. Take it in. Get that in. If you're running a sinking ship because you're running the same thing over and over, wouldn't you change it? Wouldn't you push that iceberg out of the way if you could?
Well, again, let's move on. I mean, things notwithstanding. Okay, what about these legends you're calling out? You've called out just about everybody on the Midwestern scene. you've called out Douglas O'Shea. You've called out Damian Blade. You've called out Ricky Cruz. You've even gone so far as to call out Cowboy Bob Orton, the ace himself.
Yeah, the ace hole. Here's the thing. The legends I'm calling out. Here's the deal with the legends I'm calling out. Damian Blade. This has been big news, man. Everybody's talking about Damian Blade versus P.T. Beckham. Damian Blade was targeted first. You want to know why Damian Blade was targeted first? Because Damian Blade is the kind of guy that used to watch the CHWA show every Sunday night. He'd watch it from the start until the finish. And then after the show was over, he would get on Facebook and he'd talk a whole bunch of shit. Okay? He would call CHWA backyarders, even though we were in a building. He would call us unsafe, even though in the professional wrestling scene, Damian Blade got his neck broken from a DDT, and he's calling us unsafe. You know how many big injuries we've had in CHWA? 0. He's a hypocrite and a piece of shit. And when I do get my hands on him, I'm breaking his jaw, and I'm stealing his Hall of Fame ring. Yes, the Midwest Hall of Fame ring. I'm taking it off his little grubby little finger, and I'm going to put it on my finger. Okay? That's what Damian Blade is. He's a piece of shit. Okay? As far as Douglas O'Shea, here's the thing about Douglas O'Shea. Okay? I respect Douglas O'Shea. I respect him as a heel, as a bad guy. He used to be one of the best bad guys in this business. But you know what, Guido? If you can't tell, he's been going soft, okay? He's really wrapped up into these fans, man. He ain't the same Irish devil as he was 3 years ago when I broke into this business. It's time for a new bad boy to come around the Midwest scene, okay? So Douglas has been running my mouth a lot, and just as I've been calling legends out, there's been this thing on Facebook where people have been making lists of wrestlers they want to work in 2021. I've been getting notification after notification of my name being #1 on every single list that's out there. 2 months ago, nobody gave a shit about P.T. Beckham. It wasn't until P.T. Beckham opened up his mouth and started speaking facts. And then that's when they saw the money. They saw that I was a money draw, and they just had to be a part of the show. They had to be a part of the P.T. Beckham gravy train. You understand? So I'm doing these legends a favor by calling them out by name. And I'm not done. There's a whole slew. I think so far I did, like you said, Ricky Cruz and Frankie D. There's a lot more that's coming. And just don't stop there.
Yeah, Frankie D, the guy that trained you?
Frankie D, the guy that trained me? Yeah, the guy that preaches old school. He wears it on his merch shirt. It says, Frankie D, son of the South, old school. And it's funny, yeah, he is the guy that trained me. And he trained me the old school way, but that was just another excuse for these legends. Oh, P.T. Beckham is a backyard guy. P.T. Beckham ain't got what it takes. P.T. Beckham isn't old school enough. I was trained by Frankie D. I was trained by Izzy Blackwell. How much old school can I get? I'm tired of the excuses. I am really tired of the excuses. As far as these legends go, like I said, the last one you said was Cowboy Bob Orton. By the end of 2021, I am going to end Bob Orton's career. It is time for Bob Orton to go bye-bye. Him and Randy in 2004 were on a mission that they wanted to kill all the legends. They wanted to kill them all. And I watched them as a 14-year-old kid. I watched Randy Orton spit in Harley Race's face. And that made a name for him, okay? And if I have to spit in Bob Orton's face to make a name for myself, I will. So Bob, I know you're going to watch this. The challenge is out there. 2021, Beckham versus Orton is going to happen. and I'm gonna whip your ass. It's gonna be disgusting. And I may steal your Hall of Fame ring too.
Well, I guess the next thing do you have any upcoming shows? Is there any place people can see the new PT Beckham?
The new PT Beckham. The new PT Beckham, huh? Well, I'm supposed to be going to Chicago in January. I heard that Ricky Cruz is going to be there, and I heard Damian Blade's going to be there. I'm supposedly supposed to go up there to Chicago. That hasn't been confirmed 100% yet, but that's the next show that I'm supposedly supposed to be a part of. I've been reached out to yet, but I haven't really put it all on the dotted line yet. I'm still getting bookings for 2021. I know that the pandemic has really slowed a lot of things down. It's just funny to me. It's really funny to me. I've been kicked out of locker room after locker room after locker room after locker room in the past. I really sat back and looked, and I really realized I wasn't welcome in a lot of these promotions. The promoters wouldn't book me because somebody in the locker room had a problem with me. All I'm going to say is, that's on you. That's on the promoters. If they want to make money, they will book PT Beckham. If somebody has a problem with PT Beckham in the locker room, that promoter should tell them to eat shit, because this is about business. And Beckham is business. So I could end up anywhere. I'm waiting on IDW to open up. You know why? Because they left me a little bit salty, okay? They left me just a tad bit salty. They had this whole little tournament going on for their heavyweight championship, their first ever heavyweight championship. And I start going through names of guys that's in this tournament. And it's all these guys that's had all these opportunities in that other promotion. This is supposed to be Illinois Elite Wrestling. And there's no fresh names on that list except for Tyler Bodine. The rest of those guys have had opportunities after opportunity. I'm going to take a spot in that tournament. I'm going to win that tournament. If people are looking at me like I'm crazy right now, I know you are, because I'm not in the tournament. I promise you, I will be in that tournament. I promise you, I will win that tournament. I will make history. I will be the first ever IDW heavyweight champion. IDW, I'm super excited about that company. It's my home promotion besides CHWA. First come, first serve, assholes. They had no problems with opening the doors for me and welcoming me in. I know I've had problems with a lot of the people on the roster. I will shit on a lot of legends and a lot of big names in this business. I will shit all over them for what they did to me. But I will say to this, Chaos and Riot, I gave those two so much shit in the 3 years I've been in this business. But those two are nothing more than a class act. Chris Riot himself walked up to me and extended his hand and called it a truce to better the business. I had nothing but the utmost respect for Chris Riot. I did some shitty things to Chris Riot, and he's did some shitty things to me. But at the end of the day, it's all about business. Like I said, I respect them as individuals. But if it means I have to beat their ass and step all over them to get what I want, I will. But as of right now, I'm letting everybody know, bygones are bygones with me and Chris Riot.
Well, that is that's very good to know. But like I said, we are waiting for word of that tournament to start back up with IEW. As soon as restrictions get lifted. Well, I know you're very active on Facebook, and if people follow you there, well, they're going to get an eyeful. But is there anywhere else that you're available on social media?
very exclusive on Facebook. I know a lot of people watch my Facebook. I know a lot of people go on there to see if there's anything going to be said about them, because right now, PT Beckham is the hottest name in the world of professional wrestling. It's definitely something that's being talked about, and people always want to know what's next. What's he going to do next? So if I were you, I'd definitely check out PT Beckham. Find it on Facebook. Add me as a friend. It's an account. It's not a fan page. It's an account. The fan page, I just wasn't reaching everybody that way. I decided to go ahead and make a page, make an account, and go ahead and add people so they can see what's going on in PT Beckham's world. I do want to go back to the last question about promotions I'm going to be working.
Go ahead.
WPW. I was reached out to by WPW. They want me and Damian Blade, the first opportunity that we come back this pandemic, they want me and him in a cage match, but it's filled with barbed wire and weapons. They really want us to squash this beef, and they think that's going to squash it. I want a fucking apology, Damian Blade. I want an apology for you being a fucking prick, okay? I'm going to make you beg, all right? Let's be real here. Okay. That's all I had to say. So, yes, definitely look for PT Beckham on Facebook. I'm not hard to find. You won't regret it. I drop new merch every other day. So, yeah, that's definitely where you can find my content. I'm nowhere else but Facebook.
All right. Well, speaking of the merch, where is that available?
It's scroll down my page. Send me a PM. It's hot. It's ready to order. It's whatever you want. I got it.
All right. Well, I really don't have anything else. Is there anything else you want to say in closing?
Yeah. I want to say this. For everybody watching, I know there's a lot of people out there right now that's probably really butthurt. They're probably really upset. I said some things I probably shouldn't have said. But you know what? In a world of wrestling where everybody claims that it's not real, I'm the realest thing in professional wrestling. And I promise I will always be 100%. And it's like nothing I'm saying is a lie. Nothing I'm saying is a lie. So if you're butthurt about this, then maybe you're the problem. And like I said before, as promoters, if you think that you're going to keep me out of your locker room just to make one individual happy, then you don't want to be successful. The Midwest Stallions is taking over the world of professional wrestling, and I just want to say thank you, Guido, for giving me a chance to get on here and run my gums a little bit. I really appreciate it, and I hope we can do this again, and next time I'll bring my 3 stallions with me.
Well, I want to say I'm looking forward to it, but you know, if once again I want to thank you for coming on the show. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to what you have to say and who you have to say it to in the coming months.
Whew.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this edition of The Guido Goes Off. For the Midwest Bad Boy, P.T. Beckham, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.